Hopefully better soon. Yeah, I mean, when I'm sick, it doesn't take long for me to get back to normal. Well, this should be moved out, right? Yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah, I mean, yesterday I straight up couldn't talk if I, like, opened my mouth and said something. Oh, what? Oh, because a day has passed. Well, that's annoying. Right, because I didn't do this yesterday, it just defaulted to moving someone in. It's also Naomi. Alright, so I can't villager hunt. I just had to get sick. I really wish I wouldn't do that, like, just fill. That means I have to wait for another one to... It's the same situation, I have to wait for someone to move out again. Alright, well. No, it can't be helped. Yeah, no, it's not only that, it's Naomi, like a villager I wanted to kick out and kept appearing on blue. Okay, well, that's a bit of a damper in the plan. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling very creative. I was like counting on just, okay, just going island, ticket, island, ticket, island, ticket, and not thinking. And now I'm like, shit, what do I do? could just check out what's new for this month and get it. I think this is all done now as well. Like, every structure's in. I was tempted to add one more back here, but I'm not sure. Like here. So, does this mean that, like, before the end of the year, I'm just not going to have the Red Island with the villages? If it's, like, every 2 weeks, there's not really that much left until the end of the year. I mean, if I do the math... Just have to play through the update. I mean, it was probably going to last till January. I just don't know if I'm going to get much out of that update. That's all. I mean, I guess if nothing else, I can get more Nook Miles. Yeah, again, sorry if talking's like very minimal, but like if I talk too much, I feel like I'm just gonna start dying on stream. I'm resting. I can do the old ASMR stream I did that one time I was sick. And just whisper into the mic and nothing else. And then have my stream be tagged as ASMR for like 9 months because they phased it out and didn't let me edit the UI anymore. Still very annoyed at this. You're just not allowed to take a day off in Animal Crossing, clearly. cockamamie. There's the guilt trip and the 1920s language, cockamamie. No need to talk. I mean, in a stream, kinda you have to. But I'm gonna keep it sparing. I think as long as I'm not talking for an extended amount of time, it's fine. Better than yesterday where I couldn't talk at all. Like, I barely get a sentence out without, like, starting a coughing fit. It's a testament to just how quick I recover. It's like, it goes from nothing to extremely horrible, and then it's like, oh, you're better already. But last night, it truly felt like death. Just chills, fever, muscle pain, everything you can imagine. Fall asleep for like 3 hours, wake up, die, coughing, fall asleep again for another 3 hours, wake up again, rinse and repeat. At least I got to have ramen. I haven't had ramen in a while. So this was an excuse to be like, yes, I need soup. It's got to be a placebo effect, but I swear, the moment you have soup when you're sick, you just start feeling instantly better. I was counting on this for going for a few hours, but, like, I can't hunt for the villager. So... I need to come up with something else. Can't play Dragon Quest because as much as I want to play that, that's a lot of reading. That's probably gonna finish me off. I'll lose my voice completely. Especially having to read Old English. That was really weird. It's like, I don't know if it's coincidence, but like extremely scary. Maybe I've talked about it at some point. But when I used to be sick as a kid and have to stay home from school, like the rare occasions that happened, the stuff that was on TV here during the day, and soaps primarily, but one of the things that was on that I would watch was like, Whose Line Is It Anyway? Anyway, YouTube started presenting me with Whose Line Is It Anyway videos as I was sick, so that's like, We've never really talked about that, I don't think, but it was like, how did it know? Hey, Colin, how am I feeling? Better, but still bad. Anyway, I was watching Whose Line Is It Anyway in bed, like I did when I was homesick. How did you see me from back there? Okay, good. Definitely had that happen a few times where like you're talking about something and then YouTube recommends something based on what you were talking. It's like, I know they say they don't listen, but at times it's like awfully convenient. Hate that they 1,000,000% do. 1,000,000% do. I couldn't count the zeros quick enough. I don't think I've talked about watching Whose Line Is It Anyway, though. It was just a combination of, like, that's what I would watch when I was sick. And now I'm sick. machine at Google was like, here's something comforting. Remember when you used to watch that as a kid? Wait, what? Shut up, just watch the video. Don't worry about it. Don't ask any questions. It's happened here a few times. There have been times where I've talked about chicken and then people get an ad for like chicken wings or something like that. Free advertisement. Had that happen where a convo happened, then the very next ad that played was about that thing you just talked about. Yeah. It definitely happens constantly. I mean, there's one picture that I point to that kind of sums it up. It's like, it's a photo of Mark Zuckerberg at the office. And he has his computer on the desk, and his desk has like the thickest tape you can imagine over the microphone and the webcam. Like, we're talking industrial strength. And it's just like, yeah, I mean, why would he do that unless... Yeah, not kidding. It's like, this is a guy that works for a company whose business is, like, to spy on you, effectively. Let me see if I can find it. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but... that's one of those things that makes me go, yeah, I mean, there's probably a reason he does that, and he would know. No, but I think, like, he wants to... like, he's using it, obviously. Alright. Oh my god, do you know one thing that annoys me right now is, like, the AVIF image format? Because it doesn't work in OBS and everyone's using it now. I'm sure it's better. It's, like, smaller file size. But it is very inconvenient if you want to drag an image across into your streaming software. Yeah, this is the one. So it's like a casual visit. And then you look, it's just like, yeah. Like he has the two things that, you know, people could record on you. Taped up industrial tape. Why would he need to do that? Why would he need to do that indeed? I know a little bit about that tracking stuff, and like some of it goes to the extent of like it goes by Even down to the level of what fonts you have installed on your computer to, like, basically identify you. Like, not literally go, hey, this is this person, but it's more like, okay, this is definitely this person. They're using this computer clearly. It's like this magic combination of things about their system. It's like, it's definitely them. Yeah, it's like effectively a fingerprint you're leaving. And it's not literally like your name or anything like that. It's more the characteristics of the computer you're using. And then they cross-reference that with any other data they have on you. Alright, do the sea creature one. I kind of was like, you know, there's benefit of the doubt, maybe they don't listen. And then I saw that picture of Zuckerberg and I'm like, nah. This is the sort of thing where if they got caught, they'll say it's like a software glitch or something. You know, the crazy thing is, I thought that maybe I got COVID or something, because I still haven't gotten it, and it's still not COVID. I don't know how I dodged it, given I was pretty much in the same room as someone that got it twice. And yeah, it's still not it. The hell's a nice branch. Okay. I guess. Don't know what I was expecting. Oh, it's a wand, okay. Is there anything you guys like to do when you're sick? It's like a form of comfort. Sleep. Yeah, I mean, that's a good one. I've done enough of that. Or at least try to. I definitely put on just some older shows or something, but just random stuff just to watch. Excuse me. Oof, that was like a little bad. See, I'm not making it up. I mean, my level of sick was like, couldn't move. At least hearing the show was alright. I think that's why something like Whose Line Is It Anyway works, because they're just telling jokes. I think I'm dying again. I had to mute myself again. For ages. It comes in waves. Yeah, I mean, that show's been going on for ages, and it's kind of surprising that to this day they can still make up original things on the spot. Still haven't found this fish. That'd be nice as like the medicine they have in this game, where you just take it and then you're instantly better. Just had to check. Just had to check that I could actually get it right now and not waste everyone's time. That one's fake. Yeah, they're both fake. Take the statue. Kisses? What Sahara reminds me is like when you go to a website because you're looking for something and then the website just proceeds to tell you the life story of the company instead of getting to the point where like they tell you what they actually do. Like this is Sahara. It's just you hear 50 lines of text before you get to the point. Our company was founded in 1943 by two brothers who grew up in a house. A single bedroom house. It's like, that's great, man. What do you actually do? How much is it going to cost me? It's always the small startups that do that. The startups for sure, because they have to paint a story. But there are small businesses that do that as well. Because one of my earliest jobs was doing freelance work for a place that did websites. And the amount of times where like the business owner wanted like a big story on the front page, it's like, no, dude, don't do that. That's the worst possible thing you could do. It's like get to the point. Because startups, they have to talk themselves up. Look good to investors, blah, 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 so then investors can sell a story. Especially now, people have gotten zero attention span. Yeah, I mean, even before, I was like, I think the best piece of advice I got from a design perspective, and, you know, it's not meant to sound harsh, but like, no one cares. That's the best piece of design advice I've ever gotten. It's just no one cares. If you go with that assumption and just cut out the stuff that doesn't matter, you'll end up with something better. Yeah, I mean, having a separate page that talks about your company is fine. I'm talking specifically about, like, the very first page you land on. Instead of just directly acknowledging, like, your services or what you do. Or, like, you know, the cost. And just launching into a story about how you know, your philosophy, how you treat your clients. Like, good. That's great, man. No one cares. If someone's opened 5 pages up and, you know, 4 out of the 5 are talking about their philosophy and one of them is talking about how much it's going to cost, we're going to go with the one that mentions how much it's going to cost. I bring, like, Zombocom as the best example of that. Even though, admittedly, now it's kind of a product of an era long gone, but Zombocom is, like, the best example of that shit. Websites used to have splash pages because of Flash. People used to make, yeah, just little mini movies that would launch their website. Zombocom is the best. All it is just a little animation that is welcoming you to Zombocom, and that's all it ever does. You never actually enter the website. Welcome to Zombocom. You can do everything you want at Zombocom. Everything. The only limit is your imagination. Everything is yours at Zombocom. Welcome. Welcome to Zombocom. We are welcoming you to Zombocom. Welcome. Be prepared for a world of limitless possibilities at Zombocom. Welcome. Welcome. You got Studio and I nailed it, yeah. I mean, I used to use that as a golden example of what you don't want to be when I used to freelance. I'd use that to be like, yeah, you don't want to become this. Like, I think it's fine to have some kind of introduction thing. That's okay. But you don't want to be Zombocom. I should be an impressionist. What, like, out of my 5 impressions that I can do? I mean, shit, the Zombocom thing is like, I don't know, 15 years old, probably more. It was from the era of Flash, you know, I used to do Flash animations and stuff. I'd get paid to make those things. But it was poking fun. It like wasn't supposed to be like a serious website or anything. It was just poking fun at the state of the industry in that time where everyone needed to have a landing page animation before they actually got to the real website. Yeah, it was a parody. It's like one of my favorite things, and this is very nerdy, but this is for web developers. If you understand, you understand. Yeah. The website is called motherfuckingwebsite.com. And it's just this. This is a motherfucking website, and it's perfect. Seriously, what the fuck else do you want? You probably build websites and think your shit is special. You think your 13 megabyte parallax active homepage is going to get you some fucking award banner you can glue to the top corner of your site. You think your 40-pound jQuery file and 83 polyfill. Okay, so some of this shit is outdated. But the point is just people making bloated websites. And it's just like, yeah, this is actually a website. It's fucking lightweight. It's responsive. It fucking works. This is a website. Look at it. A lot of stuff like that popped up. Zombocom was another one that was just poking fun of people that just did extravagant websites and they were kind of annoying to use, or they took forever to load because they were massive. Anyway. Oh shit, I'm dying. Ugh. I think I need to stop. Sorry that jump scared someone. No dying allowed, sorry. Talking about old websites makes me die. Hopefully the noise suppression on, or whatever, like the equalizer balances out the audio. Otherwise I can edit it in post. There's no quicker way to die than to talk about, like, 2010s web development. Or, you know, jazz hand clowns. See, the way that I, like, was cough dying like that, that's how my neighbor sneezes. Like, I'm on the verge of death with my illness. Meanwhile, I have a neighbor that sneezes just normally like that. But that may be a lot louder. Sneezes, but like loud sneezing. Yeah, I mean, that loud one, that was me like every minute or so yesterday. Just to give you an idea of like how bad it was. To be honest, I'm surprised I have a voice. Where the hell is this fish? It's not that rare. Okay, another blast from the past. Just kind of got reminded of it. When I was in university, with one of the big assignments we had to do, we had to make a website. It could be whatever we wanted. But, you know, this isn't about what I made. This is about what someone else made. Just being reminded of that era of Flash. But they made a website. It's like of a made-up brand. I forgot what it was called. But I'm not joking. Like, it was of a fake product, and every button, I'm talking every single button, every single thing, when you put your mouse over it or clicked it, would make a sound. And like, it got to the point where one of them they took like some stock sounds like burping and farting, and I swear, like, I won't forget the look on the university lecturer's face, how he was like, is this for real? And I know the students delivering the presentation on their website, like, straight face. Yep, no, this is it. It got so bad that as they were moving their mouse around, the sounds started stacking up on top of one another. And it just became a cacophony of, like, stock sounds. And a lot of the images they used, it was photography, but then they used Photoshop filters, so like neon glow was predominant, if you're familiar with neon glow. You could just look at it and be like, oh yeah, I know that Photoshop filter. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Photoshop filters, but when it's like the only thing you're using and nothing else, it really does stick out. Still haven't got this fish. The one we made was pretty boring. It was an actual functional website. Like just, yeah, had a database, had products. That's basically it. Nothing out of the ordinary. No fart sound effects. I don't think you want to move out, right? I learned that they're not making a sequel for Hypnospace Outlaw. It's kind of sad about that. That game was pretty good. But it was a game that had just that old 90s and early 2000s web aesthetic. And it was a pretty good game. There was supposed to be a sequel, but yeah, it got cancelled. That game was like perfect, just capturing what it was like to be on the internet in those days. Like your personal webpage that had what bands you were into, and just a lot of it hit too close to home. Sorry. I was like slowly dying there for a minute. I got myself another cough drop. The apartment smells like eucalyptus the whole way through. Eucalyptus trees are funny, the way they are. The circle of life basically involves them lighting on fire. Like what they produce is highly flammable. Which is why they're responsible for a lot of the fires here. And if you live in California, well, apparently a bunch of eucalyptus trees were planted in California and probably contribute to California fires, most likely. We also have this bird now that actually takes twigs, lights them on fire, and then drops it on grass to flush out little animals. Have I really been looking for this fish for like an hour? AFK, what's that about power animals? Okay. I was saying the apartment smells like eucalyptus. And that eucalyptus trees have a funny circle of life. In that they have a highly flammable product they produce that then, you know, when the tree burns, it effectively propagates. But then I was saying that there's a hawk here that has learned to pick up twigs, light them on fire, and then drop them into grass to flush out the little animals. So we have a bird that spreads fire and a tree that makes fire. I mean, if you're in California, there are eucalyptus trees that were planted there, and I would imagine they're part responsible for some of the fires that happen. How do they light them? Well, it's usually during, like, where fire's happening. So it'll take it, then just light it from an existing fire and then spread the fire, more or less. So it's not that they start a fire, they spread the fire. Wildlife in Australia gets crazy. There's a bird that knows how to open trash cans now. We call them the bin chickens. Though they're not in my states. I've seen them before. further north, pelicans have been known to actually take small dogs. Been a few cases of that happening. It's terrifying. Yeah, but that's north. It's like Florida. It's no different than just you see a headline with Florida man or Florida woman doing something crazy, and it usually involves an alligator. That's what that state is known for. I've seen this a few times, but seagulls pretending they have 1 foot to get pity. They like move around with 1 foot hidden. And then you're like, oh, that seagull only has 1 foot. Here, let me give it something. You throw it some food and then suddenly magically the 2nd foot appears. This butterfly fish just doesn't exist. I saw something the other day about deer in Japan bowing for food. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, animals can change their habits based on humans. It's like, you look at dogs, right? They were wild once upon a time, and then they kind of just got near humans. And then became what they are now. Pretty on point though. Even the animals are polite in Japan. There's no way, right? Like, double checked. I'm just cursed. Yep, all day. Shouldn't aggravate my voice. It makes noises. I think I've found every fish except the one I'm looking for at this point. I should probably stop fishing. It's almost like a matter of principle at this point. I can't find it. For the last minute, I was kind of sitting there as well because I felt my throat getting scratchy and I was like, shit, if I talk, I don't know if I'm going to start coughing. So I was like, okay, just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. It's like when you know a sneeze is coming, but then you don't know if it's coming or not. And you're just sitting there in agony waiting for it to happen. Like the wind up to the sneeze, except this is a wind up to a cough. Something just occurred to me. It's no coincidence we got Naomi. It's because we kicked Naomi from blue, and now, again, another blue villager has arrived on red. The only reason we're getting Naomi is because we kicked Naomi off blue. That's why it's Naomi. So I got a recycled villager. Had to be sick. Yeah, I know. Fuck me for getting sick. I think for the first time all year as well. Pretty good if I made it to November. Yeah. I think I would rather be sick more often and not as severe than what I went through the past 24 hours. Like, if the severity isn't as high, but it's just, you know, whatever, the sniffles here and there throughout the year, that's fine. I'll take that over, like, death for 24 hours. Finally. I didn't want to yell. Finally. 1 hour later. For 300 Nook miles. Which I probably could have gotten doing other ones in the meantime. Yeah, I kind of threw this weekend's plans to shit in more ways than one. Supposed to do a villager hunt. I was gonna do something else stream-wise. I had like another crazy game that I've been meaning to do for a while. But that's gonna get sidelined. I was supposed to go somewhere tomorrow. That's not happening because unless I want to spray this plague to everyone. Yeah, it was going to be November's clip farming game. Just something that would generate clips. Even if I didn't play it to its entirety. I'll just use one word to describe it, what I've seen, and that is helicopter tits. That is all. I'm not going to elaborate. Alright, there's always next weekend. Assuming this has gone away by then. I think if I played something that makes me laugh, I will definitely die on stream. Just yep. That'll be the end. Okay. I'm gonna go make myself another tea. I think I need it. I'll just pause the recording, but I'll be back as quick as I can. I think it'll do me a little wonder. It's been carrying me the past couple of days. But I need a tea, so I'll be back in a minute. So that I don't die by talking. Alright, I'll be back. Yeah, the power switch is here. Our wall outlets have a switch that you turn on and off. Which I thought was a more universal thing, but apparently not. But, yeah. Press the button, and I'm like, shit, the switch wasn't on. Okay. I got my tea. I still haven't found the last ones. I really want to drink this tea right now, but it's so hot. I should have put like a little bit of cold water in it. get the feeling I'm just not gonna see the advantages of multi-crafting by the time the update's out. Like, maybe I just won't need to get fish anymore. The way that I do it is every time that craft one comes out, then I'll make bait. And it's amassing slowly. Don't remember if I have that. I'll just buy it anyway. The thing that annoys me about Nintendo is like, why can't they do this right away? The whole like switch it consoles or just consoles with special designs. Just do it right away. Why does it have to be like 3 years later? Common butterfly. It says common in its name. Surely it won't take ages. Oh, that's my tea. I haven't drank it yet. It's still too hot. Or I'm sensitive to hot right now. It just feels like it's lava. Let me try now. Okay, that's manageable. Yeah, it's just a lemon ginger. It's like combination useful for sore throat. throw a boomerang and it doesn't come back to you, it's a stick. I should try and have something that isn't soup for dinner, but I feel like it's just gonna make my throat worse. Ice cream, what? Wouldn't that make... Doesn't dairy make a sore throat worse? I thought dairy, like, makes a cold worse. It helps develop phlegm more. Gelato maybe not, because that's, like, fruit-based. Let me look this up. Yeah, there's no evidence. I guess it was probably something my grandma used to say then. Fair enough. But if I was like, yeah, you're not having anything dairy, it'll make it worse. Doesn't surprise me. I have a cold dairy. No dairy, lemon, ginger, and tea of choice. No, but it's a myth. Like, we just looked it up. There's no evidence to support that dairy makes phlegm. It's just one of those things that parents would have told their kids and just got perpetuated. But there's no evidence of it. Yeah, there's like typical things that always get told. Is that what ChatGPT says? No, I don't use ChatGPT for anything. I spend at least one stream a week. At least one stream a week talking shit about AI. They use a query string parameter that disables AI search entirely in Google. That's what I use. That's how serious I am. Kind of is a sad state of things that you have to assume people are like dumb and don't double check and only rely on AI. But I guess I kind of had to, excuse me, the same thing with Facebook. Like, I'd have a relative talking about news, and then I'd have to ask them, did you see this on Facebook? And if they said yes, that would be where I'd stopped listening. You know, people in your life who failed to do research. You know, the irony there is, like, you kind of came in saying, yeah, dairy produces phlegm. And I mean, I said the same thing, but I was like, but does that sound right? Is it correct? And then I went and did my research right away. You drink milk, you get phlegm in your throat. Sure, but that's confirmation bias. It's like saying I had roast chicken the night before I got sick, therefore roast chicken made me sick. Like, maybe you do get something, but from what I've looked into, it's like there's no strong correlation between it to say that, yes, it causes it. I mean, the human body kind of is already gnarly when it comes to dairy anyway. Or lactose specifically, so it could be in part to that. Okay, let's not get bogged down on semantics. I'm in a weakened state, so I'm not up for that kind of chatter tonight. There's some irony in, like, me spending an hour fishing and now it's giving me nothing but fishing Nook Mile goals. Do I have that? How's RNG treating me? About the same as usual. Sometimes good, sometimes horrible beyond all belief. It's impossible for tea to make it worse. I just drank some tea and then just had a coughing fit for like a good straight minute there. I know it's not making it worse, it's just coincidental. That's why I am happy about this microphone, that it normalizes audio. So I can speak quietly and it'll come out normal. If I start coughing loudly, it'll normalize the audio. Hands down, the best upgrade I've done. Oh, it almost started again there. Alright, I'm resting my voice for a couple minutes. I know it's counterproductive to, like, the Nookmalga ending, but I might do a daily island just to get those other ones off the board. Plus it gives me padding in terms of no talking. You can listen to Captain. My clapping is out of sync with the singing. Okay, A, I wasn't trying to do it, I was just pressing the button randomly. And B, I'm dying. If my timing is off, you're gonna have to excuse it. add an addendum. If you've been here long enough and watched me play rhythm games, you will know that I have no rhythm when it comes to games. Famously, the Yakuza ones. I was actually making an attempt. Be like, yeah, fair enough. Critique warranted. Oh crap, I forgot to bring a tree to plant. This would have been perfect yesterday if I wasn't so bedridden to the point where I couldn't even look at a screen. But I could have picked the game and be like, alright, let me binge this game whilst I'm dying. Couldn't even do that. Play the cute dog game that came out. Cute dog game. What's the cute dog game? Going to the doctor sounds like a better game. I did go to the doctor because I thought it might be COVID and it wasn't. It's just, yep, the usual. Just flu, bed rest, take the medicine, etc. That was it. This is not taking a shot at America. However, it is right to assume that like people don't go to the doctor. So that having that default belief, it's okay. I understand. Like it takes a lot more to go to the doctor. My Little Puppy. Why does that just sound like a My Little Pony game? I'm just getting that mental picture of like, I mean, let me look at it on Steam. What is this? Alright, what the hell is this? It's a dead corgi? I mean, it's definitely aiming at a particular target demographic for sure. I'm not sure what to think. So many dogs. Okay, when I said dead corgi, don't make me laugh. When I say dead corgi, I mean like, you know, has passed on spiritually, so he's the dog has a halo above them. I'm not talking like about a dog body just lying there. But anyway, assuming someone's not going to the doctor, that's honestly a fair enough stance. It's just... But that's not the case here. It's like, I get sick for anything. Excuse me. Yeah. Just go, man. Like, there's no reason not to. The only reason you would choose not to go would be because you can't be bothered. Yeah, it's just a corgi that dukes it out, the three-headed dog of legend. Okay, I'm fine. But I was thinking something more along the lines of, like, Story of Seasons. Like something where it's... time will pass quickly. Because the new one is a remake of one of my favorite ones. Or like something... I know Final Fantasy is it Crystal Chronicles or Tactics? One of them has it. Like, Tactics, I think, has a remake at the moment. That's pretty good. Something like that, where it's just... you can play that in bed, and time will pass. There's nothing else here I need, so let's just go back. The one thing that's been tempted is like, I love my handheld, but the thing is fucking heavy. And having a Switch 2 I've kind of come to that realization of like how cumbersome it is because of how big it is. It's powerful. It's great. But like right now, for example, where like, I don't know, muscle pain, I feel like I'm just moving the wrong way. I'm just gonna turn to dust. Having something that heavy, having to hold that up for an extended amount of time, probably not good. That's why a Steam Deck is like tempting. They are available in Australia now. I mean, the Switch 2 is worthwhile if you have nothing else, like you don't have a PC gaming library, but... like the handheld I have is good. Just the fact that it runs Windows is the only negative side to it, but you can install SteamOS on it now. It's powerful, but it's heavy. That's basically it. Kind of reminds me of the old Alienware stuff. Apparently that's the direction Xbox is going to be heading in the future. They're not going to make, like, hardware that's dedicated to just being a gaming platform. They're going to try and do what they did in the 2000s, where they tried to get, like, Windows to be your home entertainment. It's like they're going to try that again, except now it's like they're going to release more or less a PC, but then brand it as an Xbox, which I think is a stupid move. Like, Windows is just, it's too bloated, man. All that other stuff that it has nothing to do with gaming. It's like, why? Why would you ever want that? Had PlayStation on the console wars. There's no console wars. That idea kind of came to an end a generation ago, if not more. Pretty much when the Switch released, Nintendo went in a different direction where they're not exactly competing with PlayStation. And Microsoft became like such a non-factor that PlayStation wasn't competing with anyone. The last time the console wars were a thing was like the 360 era. That was like peak console war. Maybe the Genesis and the Super Nintendo might have been like peak there, but... I mean, the gist of it is Microsoft just... well, Xbox spent a lot of money, and now Microsoft is breathing down Xbox, saying you gotta make money now. It's very telling where in a speech about gaming, like, the CEO of Microsoft did not use the word Xbox once. He said something weird, like gaming is effectively competing with TikTok. Which, I don't know, man. Like, I kind of get the sentiment, but at the same time... I'm pretty sure your competitor was PlayStation and you guys dropped the ball. No, I always wanted an Xbox, like the original one and the 360, but didn't have the money. And then the moment that guy revealed the next generation of the new one, that was at a point in time where I could buy one. That completely put me off that entire presentation. The stuff where the guy talked nothing but TV for like an hour straight. There's probably studies that are gonna go in depth as to like how one man can destroy a brand in under an hour. Oh, I mean, I can get a 360 easily if I want. But it doesn't interest me. I have no nostalgia for it. I just meant at the time. The sentiment that that brand had back then was kind of like, yeah, this thing's cool. But now I have no nostalgia for it. Like, I don't know what I would even play on it. Recall the Halo demo for the original Xbox I had in GameStop back in the day. Yeah, we had that same demo here. It was pretty cool. I mean, that's what I'm talking about, is like that kind of era where it wowed people. And they tried to make it this thing that would like be your entertainment system. And it just took a nosedive. And now they're going to try and do it again. I loved the fat Xbox controller as someone with big hands. Like, it was really comfortable. Yeah, the big fat Xbox controller. It was kind of sad when they made it smaller. But I guess I'm the outlier. I think the best controller for me currently is the Switch 2 Pro controller, with just one thing that I absolutely despise about it, and that's the D-pad. If it weren't for the D-pad, that controller would be my favorite controller. When I played Yakuza 0, I straight up had to plug in a PS4 controller to do the dancing minigame. Okay, I had to plug in a PS5 controller, which I couldn't use because it kept drifting and doing more inputs by accident. And I tried a Super Nintendo controller, which worked, but was clunky. And then eventually, yeah, PS4 controller. Perfectly functional. Okay, this is getting worse now. I hate to say it, but I may have to call it, chat. I don't want to be like just lying in bed all day, so I wanted to get up and do something. But I think it's getting to a state where like I should probably give my voice more of a rest. I said like another full minute of just coughing, so. Well, it didn't go exactly to plan because I wanted to get a villager. But the game was like, oh, you took a day off. Pfft, we're just going to put a villager in here for you. So I have to wait again until the next one. But I guess I got a few more Nook miles in it. Yeah, thanks for watching, though. I know it's like a bit scuffed with me not talking as much, but, you know, I do appreciate people being here. We'll see what tomorrow brings. But knowing how illness goes for me, it's like 24 hours are the first 24 hours are the worst. Then it's kind of normal. And then 48 hours, it's like, it's fine. Stop, apologize, go sleep or something. I have been in bed for like 24 hours, practically. I've done nothing but be in bed, except for the few moments that I've like gotten up to make food or a tea or something. So I needed to not be in bed for a little bit. Anyway. Yeah, maybe I'll just go have a look on Steam and see if there's something I can play in bed just to... I don't know, then I can be doing something. I'll figure that out. Alright. Yeah. I'll maybe do something tomorrow pending how I feel. Hopefully better. Alright, chat. Have a good rest of your evening. Take care. And thank you so much for popping in. I'll see you next time.